All right, let's get back to First Alert meteorologist Erin Moran. Talk a little bit more about Hurricane Ian. You've been very busy keeping a real close eye on that storm, Erin.
All of the weather world, really all of the U.S., I feel like, is watching this because it's been such a quiet hurricane season, and now we are watching major Category 4 Hurricane Ian really devastate the southwest Florida coast. So what we know right now, compared to the last several hours, it's weakening, but it is still a Category 4 hurricane with 140-mile-an-hour sustained winds. It's slowed down as well, movement to the north-northeast at 8 miles an hour. So basically, it's crawling at this point. It's going to continue tracking across central Florida tonight. It should weaken to a Category 1 hurricane as we get into the overnight hours. And then we are going to watch closely as it moves by Orlando tomorrow afternoon as a tropical storm. So 65-mile-an-hour sustained winds, and potentially moves back out over the water. The models have been kind of picking up on this over the last 24 to 36 hours at the very least. Tropical storm as it moves by Jacksonville, and then we watch to see if we get landfall kind of right along the Georgia-South Carolina border. This is midday on Friday, and then eventually we see it kind of take off to the north. But this is still going to pose an issue for the Carolina coastline, for the Georgia coastline, and then places inland as well. They're going to be dealing with tropical storm force winds in inland South Carolina, inland North Carolina, some heavy rain possible there as well. Now, speaking of heavy rain, of course, we've been watching the storm surge really become a major issue for the west coast of Florida. But that storm surge isn't even the rainfall that we're talking about. Tremendous rainfall from Tampa to Sarasota to Fort Myers. This is just, and then really central and then eastern Florida as well, looking at several inches of rain. Some models have suggested over a foot of rain falling, and that's just in the next couple of days there. So we have a lot to talk about with Ian, not much to talk about with our weather locally. I'm sure you're enjoying it, though. It's a little warm out there right now, 90 degrees at DFW. We do have that dew point of 42, though, so the dry air is in place. You've got a south-southwest wind around 9 miles an hour right now. Tonight, we are expecting the low 90s, I think, through 5 o'clock, but we should start to see the 80s make a return across the Metroplex as we get towards that 6 o'clock hour, and then the upper 70s. By 9, 10 o'clock tonight, clear skies, the winds lightening up. Tomorrow morning, we will have some spots that drop into the upper 50s, low 60s, and then it looks like for DFW, maybe the mid 60s for the morning. So probably wanting a light jacket for the early morning hours, but by the afternoon, it will be pleasant. 85 tomorrow, so we have a weak cold front that's going to move in. It will be sunny, but it'll be notably cooler tomorrow compared to today. And then for the State Fair, opening day, we've got 83 for our high, 85 on Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, beautiful fair weekend. We've got upper 50s in the mornings. We've got temperatures that are in the mid and upper 80s as we make our way into the afternoon, so can't be much better.